What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling wonderful today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. Energy checkers, but it's based upon, I know she's going all over the place, Cancer, ruler here, the ghetto moon. Not too different from our own there, Cancer. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void. Of course, there's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Jupiter Day. Hopefully you're feeling expansive, feeling lucky, feeling abundant, just blessed there, Cancer. And if not, that might be something to reflect on while you're going void of course, Cancer, because the moon's going void of course today. Love that, Cancer. And this is going to be a shorter one for the moon. Not like that one in Aries that was like 2 minutes long. This one is going to be happening at about 5:12 p.m. and that'll be Eastern time there, Cancer. And then she will be moving from Cancer into Leo at about 7:22 p.m. So we're looking at about a 2-hour and 10-minute void of course time there, Cancer. And with the void of course energy, this is what happens when the moon forms her final aspect with the planet in that sign before she just kind of goes off and wanders for a little bit, Cancer. Ooh, and how interesting that we're transitioning to Leo. I like that energy. I think we got the one before Cancer, but hold on. But thank you. But yeah, this is a great energy too for yeah, just kind of like checking in with yourself, kind of recentering yourself in your energies with how sensitive, especially Cancer, having just gotten out of that full moon energy in our sign when we were extra receptive to the emotions of, to our emotions and those of us around us. Making sure to just kind of cleanse your energies, maybe, lighting some sage, maybe doing maybe like an Epsom salt bath, doing some meditation, whatever that's looking like. Just take care of yourself there, Cancer. And you may notice too with this energy that your plans may be subject to unexpected changes during this time, and that people are less likely to make decisions during this energy. So just something to think about there. And then with this, I figured we'd give this last little bit of energy since it's a special time of the year. I'll give this, used to I'm talking about Christmas, now talk about this moon in Cancer. This, we're in a disseminating moon, Cancer, in our sign, or a waning gibbous phase. And now that we're getting on the reflective halves of this lunar cycle, and I feel like especially with this being in Cancer, this is taking what you learned during when she was full, when you really got to see your emotions and how you respond to others. And even I feel like even on the week, like kind of leading up to that, Cancer, because it was kind of emotional. I was feeling even this energy a few days even prior to the full moon. Just paying attention to what those things that were brought up from your subconscious mind taught you, in what ways you learned to surrender and do some like internal reflection as far as like, yeah, just like how you've grown, where you want to keep growing in a sense. And I feel like it is appreciating those type of healing energies that come through there when we get a deeper understanding of even some sort of painful emotions there, Cancer, how they can even bring this level of healing in. I feel too this making sure to have this kindness when you're going through this reflective energy in Cancer now, because I feel sometimes that there could be this potential that we can be maybe a little disappointed where we're at on our journey, maybe with our emotional maturity or whatever that may look like there, Cancer. But I feel like the fact that you are aware of these things about yourself, the fact that you're willing to grow from them, and that's worthy of energy of just like gratitude and all the things that the full moon is about, going into that and thinking about where you want to grow from there. But I like this energy, this waning. I love when Cancer is kind of in a reflective state. That's really nice there. A lot of potential for growth. But last little bit there, Cancer, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching their Cancer, so definitely check them out. Very great energies that they bring. I feel like they have very powerful insights there. There's some links for some astrologers that I like watching there as well. Cancer, I just found a podcast that I really like that I'm gonna throw on there as well. As listen to this guy. He has a very colorful vocabulary, and not in like he's throwing profanities around, like actually very flamboyant type of word choice, and I actually was kind of digging it. But yeah, definitely check that out, Kendra. All types of resources about to be in that description box for you. But let's get into this general energy of the day, because I feel like this is a perfect way to take what you learned for Cancer into Leo, because we got that inspiration and courage card there, Cancer. And I feel that with this energy, this comes up here is when we have the courage to face those more kind of, see the shadow that's behind this woman here, face those kind of things that essentially used to have power over us, but now that we've learned to make peace with that side of us, to learn that darker shadow aspect side of us a little bit more, how we can turn those energies into allies. Those even those darker sides of you, Cancer, aren't meant to keep you down. They're meant for you to take action, to keep you motivated, to shine this light, to be an inspiration for yourself, and then do that for others as well there, Cancer. And I feel that, and I like that this crystal ball here is kind of active, because I feel like this is what happens. The future starts to change their, Cancer, when we have this courage to face things. We may have been in a certain type of light before, where we saw things as impossible or insurmountable, but now that we're in a sense kind of harnessing that chariot energy of yours, and not letting that, where, all right, we may not know where this journey is leading us, but this we're going towards the sunlight in a sense. We're going towards this sense of like of newness here, this, and I really do feel, Cancer, with this being, we got all this Capricorn kind of energy going right now. They're forming some oppositions with your signs. It can be this sort of polarities in a sense, where we have to make a decision, where either people or situations are kind of putting us into these kind of tricky situations. But again, we can either let this stuff bring you down, or we could use it as a way to find peace and shine some light and to grow from that, Cancer. I really like that, and I feel like that would be really nice, kind of coming into, again, go moving from Cancer into Leo, and then really kind of shining at your brightest there, Cancer. I dig that. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details with this inspiration. Cancer, you'd be surprised how your inspirations can help others kind of change how it can help others change their stories in a sense. And this doesn't just have to be on a super large scale. This could be in your friend group, in your family, in your workplace, in your, even just on the airplane there, Cancer. I remember talking with someone. It was very sort of well, I guess we just needed to sit by each other for a spell. It was literally, I got on the plane, I was talking with this guy. We both happened to be going through a very similar situation, and we were both going to the same place. It was very bizarre, but it's just like, sometimes I was telling him my story and just like, what I kind of got from it. And it's just like, yeah, what? We got to jump into some new opportunities there, Cancer, with the full energy here, because things are, I love this, Cancer. You have the Three of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool card, and the Fool card, Uranus, and then the Tower, Mars energy. And I feel, Cancer, and I'm kind of glad this Three of Swords popped, because I was thinking about this when we were doing the reading yesterday, that with this journal here that's lying on this bed, this could be, what's in this journal could be a source of heartache, could be something where we saw things kind of crumbling around us there, Cancer, where we felt that our Ten of Pentacles was just in shambles and we weren't sure where things were going. But through this sort of energy of self-love and facing these things and giving them the space that they deserve, we were able to rewrite this narrative in this journal, to not let the past define you, but to let it be as a motivator for a new tomorrow, that we can change, that we can be free and be free of these sort of shadow aspects of ourselves that we give a lot of power to, in a sense. And it's like this unadulterated sort of joy that comes with that. But and it's easier said than done there, Cancer. I'm not just saying, you're just gonna sit down one day, meditate, and just all of a sudden epiphanies happen. It's when the work that comes in afterwards that really changes this thing up with the tower. But I feel that it's those moments when we're in our lowest, when we need to rethink things or kind of face our fears, that I don't know, just it changes the way that we utilize our energy here with the tower. And I feel like it's where, instead of fearing when changes are coming, we more so go there with more courage. We get excited about change. It goes, instead of like, oh no, here's another Mercury retrograde, to yes, all right, finally, I've been thinking so. The energies have been just kind of wild here. It'd be nice to kind of slow down for a moment to process what I've been taking in with these Mercury retrograde, just kind of shifting it, because every energy, it's not even looking at when you think about even just the concept of, and this is something I've been kind of meditating on here, Cancer, thinking about the concept of good and bad. It's, things are neither good nor bad. What may be good for you, Cancer, may not be good for me, but that doesn't make it any less than. It's just energy, and I feel like that we may not be able to control how a situation happens or how a relationship goes down or whatever that's looking like, but I always like to say we can control how we feel about it. Find this sense of security that this was going to build you up in the grand scheme of things. It's setting a different, it's these tough situations are toughening you up and getting ready for you to leave behind some sort of legacy for maybe some others there, or for your family, or whatever this is looking like there for you, Cancer. So yeah, don't be afraid to be an inspiration, Cancer. I like that, because I feel you put in that work, it inspires others to face their dark sides as well. Very kind of devil energy that's come to the Cancer, but I feel like in a very high vibration type of devil there. Right, we're getting out of our what? Oh, interesting, Cancer. Again, that combination's popping up there. Thank you. Alright, Cancer, let's see what's going on here. Alright, so you have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune there, Cancer. Let me restart. Yeah, let's start that Wheel of Fortune there. I guess it's Seven of Pentacles. Because I feel with this, Cancer, how we invest in ourselves with this Seven of Pentacles here, how we see how we're growing from here, changes the destination of this wheel that's happening. Because I feel when we allow that sort of fear to take over, or we ignore these sort of things that we have buried down, they keep us stuck there, Cancer. And this Eight of Swords keep us from seeing ways, new opportunities to get to the state of balance and get to the state of healing. And that's why I feel like it's like whatever this is, Cancer, that we're facing, the Ace of Cups is this really just this divine unconditional love. And I was talking about this where I said this reader had, or this astrologer had mentioned that Cancerian on a very balanced level can represent this sort of unconditional love. And that's not just what we do for others, Cancer. That's what we can do for ourselves as well, And I feel that this is, like I was talking with that Three of Swords, to take a situation and to kind of repaint how it affected you in a sense, get a new approach it with some new type of feelings, some kinder type of feelings, one of acceptance for a situation that may have happened there, and let those emotions kind of overflow, Cancer, as it makes sense for you. We never want to force these things, and if it becomes too much, take a break from it. Step away, but at least we've given it some time to in space to breathe, in a sense, and right, Cancer, but I think I thought I had a little bit more with that, but I like that, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that there. Let's get a little advice from our ruler. Let's see what the moon has to say. Oh, change, Cancer. Oh, interesting. Oh. Thank you. And last little bit here, Cancer. Alright, so you have the Death card, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Page of Swords, and then the Queen of Wands here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Because I feel with this, Cancer, that because look how brave this Queen of Wands is. She's literally just she's sitting on this dragon. This is what I feel like happened. So it's not that she's not conquered this dragon or like forced this dragon to her will. It's that these two have there's this relationship that's happening here. This new it's like a new this it's like this 10 of Pentacles. It's like we're working with these more sort of shadow aspects of ourselves in a different way. Instead of making them the enemy, we're turning them into the ally, and then in turn helps change this idea of how we view our darker sides, as opposed to pushing them away. It's just like, oh, you need my attention. Oh, okay, there's something here that's exacerbating this energy. What is that? What's making me reactive? Maybe making me impulsive, maybe making me where I'm just not operating in my highest vibration there. My dragon's gotten out of control. What do I need to do so that we're back in harmony again? And that's where, and I like this too, that you got Mars here in Scorpio, one of their rulers, one of the signs that Mars rules. And because I feel with this Death card Tower here that the Death card's meant to be this energy of things that are ready to close out, so that we realize that something something has changed us there, is getting us into this new sense of balance. It's just And I feel for some though, just how this on this Death card here, how this I don't know if you can see how this rope is hanging by a thread there. I feel that when we don't deal with these things, Cancer, that's how these things just sort of you feel like you're fine in a moment, but when we're suppressing things, but when they snap, it's just like then there's just like this. It's an overreaction in a sense, and I feel like that's what we want to be mindful of, because but yeah, just something too. I feel like think about there, Cancer. But I feel like too, don't be because with the Death card, there's one more thing. Because Scorpio energy is a very resilient sign. Theirs is one that really rises to the occasion in the faces of if crisis. Scorpios are one that it's intense energy, but in that intensity, it toughens them up. It changes them. It helps them grow. So if they don't be afraid of that growth there, Cancer, it can be really something spectacular. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. I like that. But if anything resonated with you, if you like that, give it a thumbs up. Yep, there it is. And share this, Cancer. If you know someone who's been I don't know, been keeping, so you just been sensing something's been off with the person. You know, maybe they're having troubles finding inspiration from their fears. This whatever this shark is that's lurking beneath this Knight of Cups. You know, that's the Knight of Cups needs to show that shark, in a sense, this metaphorical shark, the same amount of love that he would the sky, you know, and the sunrise and the things, because it's this world is more than just the beautiful things. There are things below the depths here that can be tough and hard to face, but if we ignore them, then they become bigger and they get more power over us. So just something, that's even an interesting way for the Knight of Cups to come up, but just something to think about there, Cancer. And then subscribe there, Queen of Wands. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos. And she's been going around a little bit. I've been digging that. And last little bit there, Cancer. Check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements for your readings, but check your chart there, Cancer. You got Mars in Cancer. Where do you have Mars? And, well, you got Jupiter, Cancer. And, oh, come over to my other channel, Alchemist Date. I do weekly videos, monthly ones, yearly ones, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here. Ah! So I can get you out of here, Cancer. There she is. I've been sensing her for a couple of days. I was wondering where she was going to come out. The lovely Queen of Cups. And with this energy, Cancer, this is one of our cards for me. And I feel this Queen of Cups is... You see how she's holding this seashell, her cup towards the ocean? I feel like this is her... That's her compassion and her love that she's given to this shark, in a sense. You know, that's, I'm kind of reaching a little bit there, you know, since they're on a beach. But I do feel like the Queen of Cups does approach all sides of herself with that same loving type of energy, because all of those vibrations are her. You know, and she has to get to know herself and what that low vibration looks like in order to grow from that. It's not, it's not meant to be an enemy. It's like, because we all have the capacity for high and low vibrations. You know, I can look at charts all the time and see like one thing, and then it's just like, oh, it's interesting to see how it is being manifested, or you know, what isn't being manifested. And so I feel like she's just the type that she comes with that understanding that this isn't permanent. You know, this is something that just needs my attention, my healing. Look at these fish just jumping up. Look at how that shark, you know, once we fed it, gave it some love and attention, they turned into little minnows, and now everything's lovely there, Cancer. But let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of the Cancer. Alright, I'm ready, Cancer. Thank you. Oh, interesting. Alright, Cancer, so you have the Patience card here. And this is a card of inner peace and self-control. And I like that there's a vulture on this card, Cancer, because you know vultures, they wait for they're a carry-on bird. They're just kind of waiting. You know, they just don't go after what you know, everything. They know that it's, and I know how morbid this may sound, but you know, they're waiting on something to die, in a sense, in order for it to feed them. You know, like something that's a cycle for another creature to close out so that they can continue this. But this may sound a little abstract there, Cancer, but I feel like these vultures are no strangers to death, you know, and granted, for them in a literal sense, but, you know, in a metaphorical sense, too, that there is this peace in knowing that they see it all the time, that things grow and then things die, and then there is this self-control that is coming through there, and like we can either let that bring us down and get overwhelmed in that and not do anything, or we can make this peace with the changing cycles, in a sense. And because this almost even feels too like I was talking about the like devil energy, that sometimes when we don't want to deal with these things, we kind of lose this our sense of impulse control, and we just start being reactive, like the Queen of Wands can be on a lower vibration. And I feel like those reactive energies are just because we don't have this sense of inner peace. There's something that we haven't dealt with, and so there may be something uncomfortable here that we need to deal with, and it needs some patience in order to get there, Cancer. But I feel that, and again, I know this is a weird analogy with this vulture here, but it's just like once we've learned to let go and let that fear and things die, in a sense, as far as like, and finding the courage to face the stuff, then we can let it kind of feed us, in a sense, almost like for that was a very odd analogy that this card took me through, and I hope that made sense there, Cancer. It was somewhere between. I tried with that one. I hope you saw that I'm working with the energies there, Cancer. So, but yeah, Cancer, I think I'm gonna leave that there. So, before I get into any other weird bird analogies, so you stay safe out there with these vultures. No, I'm kidding, Cancer, but stay safe out there, Cancer. Finding inner peace, I feel like with whatever is that going down does help bring this amount of self control. And I feel like to even be mindful of that self control as far as like allowing yourself to express those feelings, because I feel like when we understand them and give them that space, then they don't have so much power over us. And keep eyes on the moon there, Cancer. The moon's always a reminder that things wax and wane, things change, and we find peace in the constant fluctuations of life there. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.